Right now, the ears of the entire world are on the Middle East. This devastating war centered around Iran is no longer just about bombs and missiles. It has already turned into a massive energy crisis that is threatening to crash the entire global economy. Welcome to Terravoy. Today, we are talking about the Middle East war crisis that has terrified the world and the global energy collapse it has created. Where is this war taking the future of our world? Make sure to watch until the end to find out.
Number 1. Massive attacks on the Gulf region. A shock to the energy heart.
The most dangerous and critical situation in the Middle Eastern war was created by a series of massive and well-planned attacks launched by Iran on the Gulf regions. This situation is far more complex than many think. To deliver a quick and terrifying response to airstrikes carried out by America and Israel, Iran didn't choose ordinary military bases. They targeted major economy hubs that are vital to the whole world, the very blood vessels of the global economy. Specifically, these were the main oil refineries in Saudi Arabia and the massive gas production facilities in Qatar. Imagine raining down from the sky state-of-the-art kamikaze drones and ballistic missiles, instantly turning the massive fuel and gas facilities into giant infernos. Along with the black smoke rising into the sky, a huge portion of the daily oil supply the world relies on was completely halted in a single second. Put simply, the Gulf region is the energy heart that pumps life into the entire global economy. Therefore, the blow to this heart wasn't limited to the Middle East. From large factories in Asian countries like Japan, China, and South Korea, to European nations and the massive transportation system in America, the shockwaves of the collapse are already being strongly felt. The sudden halt of the global economy's primary driving force marks the very beginning of the world plunging into a dark era and an unprecedented economic crisis.
Number 2. The halt of liquefied natural gas production, crippling global industries.
Following these attacks, the next terrifying news to hit the world was Qatar suddenly and temporarily suspending its liquefied natural gas, or LNG, production. Qatar is one of the world's largest and most important suppliers of natural gas. Many countries in Europe and Asia rely primarily on LNG shipments from Qatar to run their massive factories, generate electricity for their national grids, and heat homes during harsh winters. After the gas supply from Russia stopped due to the Russia-Ukraine war, Europe became almost entirely dependent on this Qatari gas. As soon as the gas supply suddenly stopped due to the war, the global production network was thrown into severe danger. When the primary fuel needed for power plants becomes unavailable, many countries will inevitably face massive power cuts and a crippling electricity crisis. This isn't just about running out of gas to light a kitchen stove. The closure of factories means a complete collapse in the production of auto parts, electronic devices, chemicals, and even agricultural fertilizer. Because of this, a severe shortage of essential goods is being created worldwide, leading to a highly dangerous situation that could completely paralyze people's day-to-day lives.
Number 3. The deadly risks in the Strait of Hormuz, choking global trade.
Beyond all this, the other factor that has terrified the entire world and is keeping economic experts awake at night is the Strait of Hormuz. Did you know that over 20% of the world's petroleum, meaning over 20 million barrels of oil every single day, is transported through this narrow sea route that is only a few kilometers wide? But right now, because of the war, commercial ships and giant oil tankers traveling through this region are consistently facing drone and missile attacks. This vital sea zone has now literally become a battlefield. Because of this, major global shipping lines and oil companies are completely avoiding this shortcut, opting instead for the extremely long sea route around the southern tip of the African continent, known as the Cape of Good Hope. When an extra 2 to 3 weeks are added to a sea journey, fuel costs for the ships, crew wages, and the extremely high insurance premiums due to the risks skyrocket. Not only is the world receiving its oil late, but the transportation cost of that oil is becoming unaffordably high. This is the most dangerous and direct result of the vital sea route being closed.
Number 4. A massive shock to the global supply chain, the terrifying wave of inflation.
The most immediate result of all these events, and the one the general public will feel most intensely, is the rapid overnight spike in the price of a barrel of oil in the world market and the complete collapse of the goods distribution network. When shipping fees and overland transport costs double or triple like this, the World Bank and economic experts warn that the prices of all essential daily goods, including food, life-saving medicines, and clothing, will become unbearably high worldwide within the next few months. This isn't just about the price of gas for your vehicle increasing by a few dollars or rupees. Without fuel for the tractors needed for agriculture, food production is disrupted. With a surge in air freight charges, import costs rise across the board. Simply put, this marks the beginning of a dangerous era where the cost of living for ordinary people in every country, especially in the developing nations, will skyrocket, and the entire world must prepare to face another severe period of hyperinflation. The most tragic aspect of this crisis is that ordinary families will face commodity prices so high that they simply won't be able to cover their basic monthly expenses.
Number 5. The world plunging into a massive economic depression.
The most dangerous and severe global consequence of the crisis is the high risk of it developing from merely an increase in commodity prices into a severe global recession. Because oil and gas prices are skyrocketing, the cost of manufacturing goods for massive companies worldwide is becoming unbearably high. As a result, corporate profits drop rapidly and businesses begin to collapse. Stock markets crash and investors pull their money out in a panic. What is the final result of this? To control costs, companies are forced to lay off their employees. It is inevitable that millions of people around the world will suddenly lose their jobs. The flames of the war, which started in the Middle East, have now reached a point where they threaten to completely burn down the economies of not just Europe and America, but our entire Asian regions as well. Today, we are standing on the brink of a terrifying global economic downturn, which could take decades to rebuild. In today's interconnected world, the shockwaves of a bomb exploding in one place is ultimately felt by everyone. The bitter truth that the whole world cannot breathe freely as long as the Middle East is burning has once again been proven by this severe energy crisis. This is not just another distant issue. It is a global crisis that affects everything from the stove in our kitchen to the largest factories on Earth. So, how will this global economic crisis affect our future? How will it impact countries like ours? Be sure to share your thoughts in the comments below. To learn about important global events, geopolitical crises, and international news simply, accurately, and with deep analysis, subscribe to the Terra Void channel today and stay with us. Also, don't forget to share this video with your friends. We will meet again with another timely and important video. Have a great day.